What's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Jake Richardson's Coaching Corner. The topic of the day is how to feel comfortable in your own skin at the gym. I've been in fitness my whole life. I have been to many gyms. I have had a bunch of clients, and you hear about this a lot. People just having a hard time going to the gym, feeling comfortable. They allow their brains to get to them. They think people are looking and laughing at them, or they don't know how to do the equipment correctly, so it intimidates them. But a lot of people do not like working out in the gym by themselves. And we're going to dive into trying to help people feel better getting their asses in the gym by themselves. Because, in all honesty, that is the easiest, best way for you to become fit, is to A, have a strong relationship with fitness, but then B, feel comfortable doing it yourself. If you have to rely on somebody else, the likelihood of you making it consistent is going to be few and far between. If you could get a grip and you can get a grasp on how to work out, then you'll find yourself getting in better shape because you can just go and you don't need anybody. You just bang. At any given moment when you have the time, you can go work out and you'll be in better shape. So we're going to help you today in this episode feel more comfortable getting your ass in the gym. What's the number one issue people deal with when it comes to feeling comfortable at the gym or uncomfortable at the gym? The number one is weight. So people out of shape have a huge, no pun intended, problem getting in the gym because, like I said earlier, they think people are laughing at them, they think people are watching them, and they don't feel comfortable at all in the gym because majority of the people inside the gym are in better shape than them, and it just brings them down. How could I help you get over this hurdle? First and foremost, by saying this. The amount of people that you really think are paying attention to you are not. It is a small fraction of even smaller fraction of dumbasses that might have something to say or might be staring at you a certain way. But the majority of the people, including myself, if I see somebody in the gym that is a heavier set individual, I'm quietly giving them applause. I mean, if I am able to talk to them, I keep telling them, hey, keep going, you're doing your thing, because it takes a lot to bite the bullet and put your ass in an uncomfortable position. More often than not, in life in general, if you could put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and come out of it triumphant, you become a stronger, better person. And if I'm a bigger human being and I'm every day getting my ass in the gym, studies show that you will lose weight, you'll start gaining confidence, you'll look better. So I applaud people that go into the gym. What the fuck is the gym for? What are you supposed to do? Go out into the wilderness and lift some logs and fight a grizzly bear until you get in a good enough shape and then you can finally go into the gym? No, the gym is made for anybody to get their ass in there and go work out. If you're paying a membership in there, you have just as much of a right to work out than anybody else in the gym. Fitness, looks, none of that shit matters. You should be focusing on yourself and making yourself better, because that is the main focus when it comes to a gym. Is nobody else is lifting the weight for you. You're not lifting the weight for anybody else. You're doing it for your individual self. So you should get in there, bust your ass, make yourself better, and then go from there. But nobody else opinion should matter, and your opinion shouldn't matter for anybody else's progress. What areas do people struggle that we wouldn't really expect? So weight is obviously, no pun intended, the elephant in the room that everybody has a huge issue with. But there are some that you wouldn't think, but actually are issues as well in the gym. Body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia is a huge one. Just because you're out of shape and have a hard time in the gym, don't think that people that are actually in shape don't have a hard time in the gym as well. This is a huge, quiet issue that a lot of people don't talk about. I'll give you an example of people that fit this criteria. Have you ever noticed the extremely buff individual in the gym that is giving mug looks to everybody, slamming the weight, walking around with their chest too far out. These people are very much so afraid, and they have huge body dysmorphia where no matter how big they get, they still view themselves as being extremely small, because most of these guys at one point in time were very small individuals, weren't the top athletes in school. This is a newer development, and with that rushed new development, there's a lot of mental issues. If you're a human being that has always been a top athlete, has always been in shape, you don't need to prove it day in and day out, because if you did, you'd be fucking exhausted. At a certain time, you just live and keep it moving. But if you're a human being that all this muscle is new or all this athleticism is new, you don't know how to handle it. So you're doing it in horrible ways. Like I said, slamming weight, looking angry all the time, and being rude, and hogging up machines and grunting and all the dumbass shit that you see in the gym. But this person, I'm telling you, is very much so afraid and very much so not comfortable in their own skin, even though they look like $1,000,000. It is a sad predicament, but a lot of it is also chemically induced, meaning a lot of these human beings also do a lot of steroids, because no matter how big they are, they're never big enough, because there's always somebody else that they're paying attention to, and there's always somebody else that they're watching on TV that they want to be like, and they don't realize sometimes that's just genetics plus steroids. So if they're looking at this big old buff guy that's 6'4" and 310 pounds of all muscle, and they're 5'5", 210 pounds, well, your genetics are your genetics. I don't give a shit how many steroids you take. You're never getting to 6'4", you're never gaining another 100 pounds. So nothing is good enough for them, and they just have the worst mindsets and the worst issues, even more than the person that has excess weight going on. Another one is comparing yourself to others. This kind of is the umbrella of what everybody does, but muscle, PRs, clothes, accessories. There are people that will go to the gym and pay attention to all this shit. Somebody's got the nice lifting shoes on, they'll pay attention, they want those. Somebody's got a good old six-pack, they'll pay attention to that, they want those. It's the I don't have, I want game. And there's a lot of people in the gym that also do this. And the best thing, like I said earlier, that you could do is just focus on yourself. If you can focus on yourself, not only in the gym, but in life, you'll get a lot done, because when you're only competing against yourself, you have a template in which how to get better. If I did 3 workouts last week and I did 4 or 5 workouts this week, I beat myself from last week. So I'm competing with myself, because that's the only person that could help me grow. Nobody else can really help me grow except myself. And then if the next week I do 5 again, then I'm even. If I do 6, even better. And so forth and so forth. But that's the healthier game than paying attention to everybody else. Because if somebody's financially more sound than you, then they'll have all the accessories. If somebody is genetically more gifted than you, then they'll have extra muscle that you can't develop. If somebody is stronger than you, they're probably in the gym more, or they're taking steroids. There's so many variables that you don't know that you can't really use to compete against anybody else. The only one you compete against is yourself. You know what you're putting in your body. You know how hard you're working out. You know how much money you're making to buy all these accessories. So don't look too far. In life, in the gym, don't do it. Here is a big one that it's not necessarily the person in it, it's the people around them. Is people with body odor. There are a lot of smelly ass motherfuckers in the gym that do one of 2 things. They either let it naturally rock all the way the fuck out and notice that nobody's within a 10-foot radius of you, or they over deodorize or they overspray themselves where it smells good, but it's so pungent, it's so strong. That same thing, nobody wants to be within a 10-foot radius of you. And you can see it plays with people. It's not something probably easy to deal with, but my best advice It's very simple things. If you're a guy, shower more and wipe your ass better. Or number two, shave your hair. If you are a hairy human being over your body, over your face, trim it a little bit. Because you don't understand this, is sweat will get trapped in your hairs and that shit will sit there and just resonate off of your body. So if you're a hairy motherfucker, shave it down a little bit and I bet you your musk and your fucking BO might be a little bit less. Or, like I said, shower before, shower after, figure it the fuck out. But people with bad odors, they also go through the not wanting to go to the gym aspect because they know they smell. We know they smell. People have told them. They see when somebody's face is hitting it. So at the end of the day, that one, out of all of them, that person needs to wake up the most. Fat people, body dysmorphia, hey, you can figure that one out in slow increments. You smell? You could handle that today if you really wanted to. So please, if you are somebody that's listening to this and you got a little funk in you, handle that shit. Knowledge of equipment. This is everybody. Unless you're a fitness professional or unless you're somebody that's played a sport all the way up to the college level, you're not going to know how to do a lot of these lifts or use a lot of this equipment. And that really stops people from going to the gym. You have a lucky thing in this era that could help you out. It is called Instagram. It is called TikTok. It is called YouTube. It is called Google. Use the computer because I'm telling you right now, I get asked all the time how to do this exercise, how to do that exercise. What does this exercise mean? What does that exercise mean? And all you would have to do is go onto YouTube and plug it in and you'll have endless videos that will show you how to do these things properly. People are lazy. You don't realize what these phones could do. You could ask that phone almost anything and it will give you the answer like that. So why would you not do that to further your health? You could easily create a routine yourself. You could easily look up the best workouts for you all on your phone. Do that, get comfortable, and apply it in the gym. When you do that, fitness becomes extremely easy. But if you go into a test not studying at all, you won't know any of the answers. This phone helps you study how to work out properly. So A, you don't hurt yourself, and B, you get in better shape. Simple, easy. Don't use the excuse of I don't know how to use the machine. Because even the machines, I don't know if you've seen this nowadays, the machines have QR codes on them. And you can just take your phone, hit the QR code, and it'll give you a video or it'll give you a little knowledge of, hey, how to use this machine properly. There's a whole diagram on the fucking machine that would say, hey, lift this way, curl this way, do this, do that. Just open your eyes and read a little bit. Why do people become deaf and dumb the second it comes to fitness? When it's your job and you have to check a spreadsheet or you have to have a Zoom meeting, you guys know how to do it in a heartbeat. Fitness is simple and easy. It's caveman stuff. Put that same effort into it and you'll become an expert overnight. How can you get over these hurdles? 1, bust your ass in the gym. It doesn't matter what you do. People think that they need an hour routine. People think they need a 30-minute routine. People think that they need a trainer. You don't need any of that. All you need is effort. If you apply effort to your workouts, and I mean effort in which you're breathing pretty hard, you're a little fatigued, maybe at night, once it's time to go to sleep, you pass all the way out because you really busted your ass. That is a type of effort you need to put into your workouts to see a change. If you're walking on the treadmill for an hour, if you're lifting the same weight that you lifted 2 months ago, you're not going to see any changes. You have to eventually push the envelope a little bit, push your body. That doesn't mean go from curling 20s to curling 60s. That just means go 20, 25, or 30. Whatever feels comfortable and your body's allowing you to do it, listen to your body and start elevating, because when you do that, you'll become stronger, you'll become healthier, you will lose weight, you'll get the look that you want. But if you stay doing the same old bullshit, your body will never adapt, and you'll never see the changes. So I think busting your ass in the gym is paramount. You need to know how far you can go. I tell clients, I tell people this all the time. Your brain will tell you to give up way before your body does. If you really listen to your body and stopped listening to your brain during your workouts, you would be in amazing shape, because your brain will send stress signals that will tell you, hey, stop, hey, stop, hey, stop. Then you'll start breathing heavy, or you'll hold your breath, or you'll start freaking out. But in retrospect, your body's moving just fine. That's why when you see people run these crazy triathlons or marathons or Ironmans, their bodies don't start breaking down until they see the finish line, because their brain is telling them, oh, we're almost done. If they never saw that finish line, I bet you they would go another mile past when their body breaks down seeing the finish line. So at the end of the day, stop listening to your brain when it's telling you that you've had enough and you've done enough. Listen to your body. Your body will tell you at all times when you've had enough. When you're a little bit too tired or you're a little bit too tight, then that becomes the recovery aspect of it. Make sure you're getting your sleep. Make sure you're stretching as well. But busting your ass in the gym is paramount. Number 2, build your confidence. If your confidence is strong, you'll love the gym. You'll feel comfortable in the gym. It'll feel as if it's a second home. But if you're unconfident, you'll hate being there. Ways to build your confidence, like I said, understanding how to use the equipment, elevating the weight that you're using, getting stronger, looking better, feeling better, getting some cardio in, getting your insides feeling and moving better as well. That's how you gain confidence. You don't gain it any other way. You don't gain it buying some Lululemon pants, or you don't gain it getting some cool lifting shoes. You gain it by how your body looks and how your body is reacting. That is the only way. So confidence is another big one. Number 3, developing, not giving a fuck. I live my whole life based on this, because I know the path in which I'm going is a healthy, solid path. Nobody's opinion even comes close to your opinion. So stop giving a fuck about what anybody else thinks and start giving a fuck about what you think. Because when you do that, the confidence comes with it. When the confidence comes with it, you start going to the gym more. When you start going to the gym more, you start looking and feeling better. So if you could just not give a fuck about what anybody thinks, because you know you're doing something positive. If you're doing something negative, then start giving a fuck about people's opinions, because they're just trying to help you out. But when you know you're doing something positive and you're seeing a positive change, then nobody else's opinions matter, because they're giving opinions based on their fears, not necessarily them caring about what you're doing and where you could be. Is they haven't done it. They're afraid of not understanding the space. So they're going to put all those fears into you. They'll make you second guess. You won't do it, and you'll be in the same position or a shittier position. But if you cannot give a fuck and get your ass in that gym and get stronger and get better, they'll end up following you. Is they were giving you all this negativity, then they see you looking great and they go, holy shit, how'd you do that? Oh, you did this, this, and this? Okay, I'm going to go do that too. So you end up becoming somebody in which people follow, and you're leading them into a positive, right direction. And then, like I was saying earlier, working on educating yourself. If you can educate yourself and you're ready for the test, you'll have all the answers and you'll have A's. What do A's look like in fitness? Your body looking amazing. So just educate yourself and you'll be good to go. What happens when you get over these hurdles? You get healthier. That's the end goal. That's the end game right there, is getting healthy. And nobody will be able to get you as healthy as you will be able to get yourself. Nobody could run the miles for you. Nobody could lift the weight for you. Nobody could get your ass to the gym except you. People could suggest, people could be aids, people could help, But at the end of the day, the actual physical movement is only based on you. So you need to make sure health is paramount and number one. Because when you are healthy, everything feels great. When you got money and you're healthy, it's way better than when you got money and either you're sick or you're fat or you're lazy. When you have loved ones around you and you're healthy, you can do a lot of amazing things. When you got loved ones around you and you're fat, sluggish, sick, then it's no fun. So at the end of the day, your health is number one, because then you can spread it off into everybody else and you guys will all be healthy, having a great time. What happens when you get over these hurdles? For number two, you feel better. You look better, you feel better. They just go together. Number three, life flows better. If you ever notice that all around healthy people, not fit people, overall healthy people and fit people are two different things. Like I said, you can be fit and you can be damaging your body just as much as a fat person's damaging the body because of the substances you're taking, because of the food that you're eating, etc., etc. But health is everything. You're healthy based on your fitness, your diet, your sleep, your stretching, your hydration, your mental clarity. That's the overall game. Fitness, that's simple. That's only one category. That's just lifting weights. But when you can be overall healthy, your life flows so well. You're not worried about material things. You're not worried about what other people are thinking, because you're focused on your life and your happiness. You build confidence inside and out. Confidence we've just been dinging on this whole time, but confidence is key to making your life the way you want it to be. You only got one of them, and it's going by every single day. Why would you waste another minute or another second being unhappy, being sad, when you are the one that can control your confidence and you are the one that can put yourself in the best positions to be successful, be healthy, be happy? Because that's all you want to be, is those three things: successful, healthy, happy. If you could be those three at one time, you're killing it. What kind of person doesn't get over these hurdles? Unhealthy people. Unhealthy people don't necessarily got a lot of money, don't have a lot of loved ones around them, aren't happy ever. And they do it more often than not to themselves at the end of the day. If you are fat and you have heart issues, if you've had a stroke, if you have gout, if you have all these underlying symptoms that come with being fat, you're probably unhealthy. And when you're unhealthy, you die faster. Heart disease is the biggest killer. I don't know if it's in the world, but I know it is in America. And that is lined up with 50% of the population being obese. If you're obese, I don't give a fuck how many uplifting commercials there's TV shows they put out there. You are killing yourself, and you're getting closer and closer to killing yourself earlier and earlier. The fatter you are, and the more that just leaning on your organs, the more that it's inside your fucking blood vessels. You need to get in shape to be the happiest you could possibly be, because being healthy and happiness are very much so, they're cousins. They're connected to each other. They're related. And it's not a coincidence. It's just facts. Other people that are this way, underachievers. When you reach your top physical shape, people do things. You ever notice that shit? People that were out of shape at one time that started working out, what do they end up doing? They go, oh, I want to go run a marathon now. Or I want to go bike 100 miles. Shit that they never thought about doing when they were out of shape. Because when you are out of shape, you're lazy, you're sluggish, you have too much estrogen in your system, and that makes you want to kind of relax. When you put more testosterone in your system, it makes you want to go, go, go. And it makes you do things way outside of what you thought you could do when you are fat and unhealthy. And when you are fat and unhealthy, you tend to underachieve, and you tend to live a very mundane, boring ass life. So that's another reason why you should get your ass in the gym. Self-sabotages as well. You ever notice that shit is at the same time? Is people that are unhealthy, unhappy, fat, they tend to self-sabotage themselves, and they also sabotage people around them. Because if people around them become successful, their biggest fear is them distancing themselves. Because successful people tend to be in shape. If you look at the overall pie chart, really highly successful people, a lot of them work out. A lot of them stay active because they realize the endorphins that go through their body, the adrenaline that goes through their body, it helps them think. The oxygen that goes in their blood cells that gets shot up to their brain, there's no brain fog, they're sharp. If you're somebody that is out of shape, has brain fog, isn't trying to succeed, you're going to want to self-sabotage because it's okay to loathe in here because there's no expectations. And the people around them, you're going to sabotage. You don't want them to run away from you. It's this big old shitty pot that nobody, with food that nobody wants to eat, and it's sad. In closing, since we're getting close to the end of this episode, focus on yourself. Get in and out of the gym and make it enjoyable. If you could do those three things, don't spend too much time in the gym. You spend too much time in the gym, you end up talking more than you actually get done, and you get mad at yourself that way. Figure out ways to make it enjoyable. They got classes there. They have all these different machines. They have boxing bags. You can go hit something. It's a candy store for adults to be as creative as you want. You can do box jumps. You can do kettlebell hip thrusts. You can do whatever you feel like. And if you don't care what people think, you will do whatever you feel like. And you will get healthier because movement is health. It doesn't matter what you do. There is no right and wrong answer. If you're not shoving shit down your gullet and you're actually moving and burning calories, then you're doing the right thing. Do not allow society or social media or TV to tell you that there's this black and white way to work out. There is none. You could do anything. Zumba, boxing, swimming, dancing, whatever. And it could be something in which you make your own and you make yourself in better shape. And at the end of the day, I am so tough and I do talk so much about this because all I want to do is see you healthy. All the information's right there smacking you in the face. And if it was up to me, I would try to help as many people as I possibly can to be healthy. And that's why I'm doing this podcast. I don't get paid to do this shit. I do this because I want to do it and I have all this information and I want to motivate you to get your ass up and go make yourself a better person because life is fun. From personal experience, life is extremely fun when you're fit and you're confident and you're happy. I don't know how the other way is. I've never lived that. I've always made sure I stayed in shape. I always made sure I was happy, no matter financially what situation I was in. I was always having that positive mindset, and it all stems from being a fit, healthy individual. So I hope that's what you got out of this, and I hope that you get your ass up and you make a change. With that being said, the episode is done. Thank you guys very much for listening and tuning in. Subscribe, leave a comment, get a hold of me on social media. Let me know what you think. But I appreciate it. Have a good day. Peace.